Hello, winners. This is Brenda Underwood, Coach BU, coming to you live today to talk about disruptive marketing. Don't be gray matter. Yeah, you don't want to blend in when you're doing marketing. But why am I coming to you guys about a series on marketing? As a life coach, I'm still also a business coach. And so Breakthrough for Life is a coaching company that helps people craft a winning life. And a part of a winning life is a winning career, a career that you love, where you can live a life of significance. When I think about helping people, budding entrepreneurs, and helping people who want to work in corporate align their purpose with their paycheck, I think about things like, you know, do you wake up in the morning and want to get up and go to work? Want to get up, engage in whatever your profession is. I want to help people not just leave corporate, but I want to help people love the work that they do. Sometimes we need to get to the place where we've built up the courage to do the thing that we've always wanted to do. And that means that we're unlocking those golden handcuffs of corporate, that great pay and those great benefits, but the work is not satisfying. You're frustrated. You don't want to go. You're dreading Sunday nights because you know you got to go to work on Monday. And I want to help you with the keys to entrepreneurship for your purpose driven business. Now, I'm not the how can I get money quick coach. No, there's a whole lot of other ones that do that. Let them do that. I am a purpose driven coach that is wanting to partner with you to give birth to your dream. Consider me your entrepreneurial midwife. I am here to help you birth that business that has been on the inside of you, or that business that you have that you're frustrated with, that you feel like, I don't know if I can do another year of this. I need an infusion, a burst of new clientele. I'm here to give you some content to help you really dig in, do the gritty work so that you can have a gritty business. And I love working with budding entrepreneurs, but I also love working with people to align their purpose with their paycheck, because not everyone's meant to be an entrepreneur. So I'm going to start off this live a Don't Be Gray Matter with a few things about entrepreneurship. One, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to understand that you are now in the business of exchanging value for value. You are going to need to do sales. You're going to need to do marketing. You're going to need to be able to transition someone from a prospect to a client. Move people from a prospect to a client. And that's what marketing is about. How do you grab people's attention with red flame marketing and not gray matter? Don't be like everybody else. If you watched the live before, be unique, authentically you. Build trust, build relationships, keep your word to your consumers, and build a brand that is a purple cow that can stand the test of time. And that's what these lives are all about, helping you stand the test of time in business. 50% of businesses, well, let me just give this stat. This stat is very consistent. Only 15% of businesses are lasting after 5 years. Only 15%. Why? Because people think I can just go out there, start a business, and they will come. Field of Dreams is a movie. That was entertainment. It is not reality. You are going to need to get your voice out there, baby girl. And so Breakthrough for Life wants to empower you with that. I help women win and a few good men. Why a few good men? Because men have had support for decades. Women, we struggle with using our voice. We struggle with negotiating contracts sometimes, not everybody, but we struggle. And so I'm here to help you with that struggle. And I'm here to help you get satisfaction out of the work that you do. Anybody ever get sick of asking for PTO time to take your kids to the doctor? You ever get sick of asking for time off so that you can go on your family reunion? I want you to have an autonomy of time, your most valuable resource, and an autonomy of time and an autonomy of money, right? Working a job day in, day out, you spend a third of your life on your job. It doesn't need to be a job you hate. It needs to be a job you love. It needs to be a work you love. It needs to be something that challenges you, brings out the best in you, where you discover new things about your ability, your skills, and your life desires. They change, they grow and evolve. And so when you're thinking about business, you want to get into business be, when you are already working a job. When you're working that job and that job is frustrating the pee out of you and you're mad, you don't want to go to work, then that's when you need to start thinking about what is the God-given route out of this misery. Okay? Because God is strategic, He is not impulsive. And so I want to help you be strategic. I want to help you work the intangibles that are required to go from a paycheck to a profit check. My clients do not live off of their savings when they transition into their businesses, because what do? They call me while they're on the job that they can't stand and they hate, which is a large number of people. I think, and I haven't read the stat on my website yet, but I think it's 87% of people don't like the work that they do. 1/3 of your life you're spending doing something you don't like. I want to help you do something you love. And oftentimes that's going to be launching a new business. Now, I said at the beginning, everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur, because some people are not going to use their voice to share with the world what the value of their product is and how it helps solve a problem, create a convenience, release pressure, or entertain their prospects. And those are the 4 reasons why people buy. They buy to relieve pain, release pressure, convenience, or entertainment. Okay. I think I talked about that in the very first live in this series called Marketing March. I'm going to be talking about marketing all March long. So you want to go subscribe to Breakthrough with Brenda. That's my YouTube channel, because it's all about helping people get a breakthrough so that they can live the life that they dreamed and not a life that they dread. A life that you dreamed, not a life that you dread. And so when you think about, I'm frustrated on this job, I need to get the heck out of here quick. If you're like me, or you have a background like me, I got a little edgy background. You like, if I don't leave this job, I'm going to jail. God, don't give me strength, because if you give me strength, I'm going to jail. I'm going to need you to handle it. Your kids acting a fool down here. I'm going to need you to come get these folks on this job, right? And so if you're in that place, you need to subscribe, because I am empowering budding entrepreneurs to go from paycheck to profit check. Okay. And that starts with working your intangibles while you still have a paycheck. That means you need to do double time. So if you watch the video I did last week, then there at the end of it, it talks about some time management stuff. You need to manage your time while you're working the job, squeeze in some time so you can work your side business, so your side business can grow to the point to take over the job. That is a strategic process, unless you just want to commit financial suicide. I don't know about you. I like to eat, and I like to eat good. Last night, I took my nephew and my son out to dinner at Poor Calvin's. If you in Atlanta, Georgia, I'm giving shouts out to Poor Calvin's, and Justin was my waiter. We had a blast. You guys are going to see pictures about that later on. But you want to be able to go and spend. Poor Calvin's ain't cheap. Okay, this is like anniversary dinner. If you're a dude, don't take a new girl there. Take her over to Papa Do's. Poor Calvin's is for the girl that you really like. Okay, the girl that you want to spend some time with, because you're gonna drop some C notes up at Poor Calvin's, but it's gonna be worth every single bit of it. And my whole point is, you want to maintain your quality of life when you transition, right? You don't want to have to scale back and all those things. You want to transition from corporate to business owner and not commit financial suicide. And so the way you do that is work your intangibles. So let's get into it. Okay. So I owe you guys a video on disruptive marketing. I'm telling you, when I do these video series, it always amazes me. I don't get as many views or likes, and it doesn't go viral. But let me tell you, my calendar fills up really fast when I do lives. And so I'm not going to promise when my lives are going to come out, because I promise that, and then all of a sudden, my calendar fills up with prospects. And so with that being said, I'm going to still come out every week. You're going to get something from me, but hopefully I'll be able to give you the full breadth of this marketing through the rest of March. And so we're talking about disruptive marketing. Don't be gray matter. Okay. What's gray matter? Gray matter is what everybody else is doing. Gray matter is the blending in. The gray matter is not standing out. Gray matter is following, copying, spamming people. Don't be gray matter in marketing. People get 7 to 15,000 suggestions to buy per week. And you need to stand out in all that gray matter. How do you stand out in all that gray matter? I'm talking about standing out. Don't be gray matter. So you do need to look at what's out there. When I came up with my concept of winning life, craft a winning life, I looked at all the coaches out there. I still research a coach every single day. Every single day of my business, when I come to work, I'm going to spend some time, at least 15 minutes, researching my industry so I can see what are they talking about? What are other coaches talking about, right? So if you're in insurance, what are other insurance companies talking about? If you're an attorney, what are other attorneys talking about? What are other firms talking about? What are other doctor offices talking about? What are other psychiatrists talking about? Whatever your business specialty, get in and see what's out there. What's common? Like in the coaching industry, I'm stuck. I help you get unstuck. I'm the coach to help you live on purpose. I'm your confidence coach. I'm your purpose coach, and all that different stuff, right? So I didn't want to sound like anybody else in the coaching space. So I came out with Winning Life, because typically, only time you hear about winning is with regards to sports. And certified professional coaching is birthed out of sports coaching. That's another live for another day. But with that being said, I said, you know what? I'm going to parlay, because we're birthed out of sports coaching. I'm going to parlay some concepts from sports coaching and study some coaches some big coaches in sports. Some big coaches in the sports industry. And I'm going to parlay that into, how do you craft a winning life? How do you craft a life that sets your soul on fire, right? I did that because I went and did the competitive research to see what is everybody else talking about and how can I stand out different. And so in that, I understand now, what's the gray matter? What is everybody else doing? You know, if all I had on was this blouse, I had to improvise. If this is all I had on, it doesn't really pop, right? It's okay, but it's cute. It's gray. I'm not a big gray person. I like color. But when you come out and you have all this gray matter in the marketing spot, and then you come out in a saturated market like insurance, real estate, things of that nature, and you're different, it catches attention. Red flame marketing. So what's one way? I'm only giving you one because I've got a contractor coming to do work on my house, and I'm about to teach a marketing class on how to do an irresistible offer in my Life Coaching Academy. And so I'm going to give you just one clip today. Own words and colors. Own words and colors. Write this down. Own words and colors. So when you say owning words, so I said, okay, I'm going to craft a whole marketing strategy, a whole business around winning. Because I don't know anybody who wakes up in the morning and says, I want to lose. Most people want to get up, they want to achieve. And when they don't, they get depressed. So how do you do red flame marketing? One, know your ideal client. Two, do your competitive research so that you can see what's the gray matter out there, so that you can pop in with red flame marketing, catch attention, get people interested in what you offer. And that means owning words. So how do you own a word? When I think about Breakthrough for Life, one, I think about, what does my brand need to represent? So I'm going to begin to blend in branding into this red flame marketing, because branding is the purple cow. Red flames get the attention. Branding is the purple cow that keeps the attention. Branding is the experience, not just how you get them in, but the experience they have all the way through to the end use of your product. And we're going to talk a lot about how do you create a product that is memorable or a service that is memorable so that you keep repeat clients, right? Repeat customers, right? That's branding. But first, you got to red flag market them. You got to get their attention, right? One of the ways that I get attention is one, you have to understand that people see a lot of stuff. So you think, oh, I've talked about that once. I'm not going to talk about it again. No, you got to talk about the stuff multiple times because it takes people multiple times of seeing your brand and your logo and your information in order for them to realize who you are and what you do. They say there's market research out there. I think it's from statista.com that talks about people need to see what you do in your brand 17 times before they know before it even registers with them. So you do have to repeat yourself a lot, but you want to know the words you own. Now, for SEO marketing, I'm not getting into that because that's pretty heavy stuff right there. SEO marketing. One of the main things is keywords. So when you think about keywords, I call it own your words because I want to own a word. I want when a person thinks about breakthrough, I want them to think about breakthrough for life. When someone sees BTFL, yes, it does. It is an acronym for beautiful, and I didn't know that until after I started using it. But BTFL, breakthrough for life. I want to help people get a breakthrough for life, not a band-aid for now. So with all of that, I own words. So I have a whole words Excel sheet of the words I want to own. The top word is breakthrough. The next top word is crush it. The next top word is winning, right? And when people hear those words, I use them frequently. Golden handcuffs. You guys want to hear a funny story? On my last job, my boss told me, he said, I put golden handcuffs on you so you would never quit. And I thought to myself, oh, so now I'm your high paid slave. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. Let me tell you what, bruh. I only make 30 grand more after working for you for 7 years than I did when I came to you. See, that's why I wanted to go into entrepreneurship because I wanted to have autonomy over my money. I didn't want some boss telling me, I own you because I pay you so well. Bruh, I choose to come to work here. You choose to employ me. Either one of us can change our mind at any given time. And one thing Brenda gonna do, Brenda gonna eat. Bet that. I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna eat good. So no job needs to control your financial status. So get you some passive streams of income, get you some multiple streams of income, get you that passion business launch it as a side business if you don't have the ability to launch it as a full-blown business, but you still need to do a proof of concept. And you need to own words. People need to think of something and think of you. When I think of Nike, I think, what do you think of? Just do it. When you think of Arby's, who's got the beef? When you think of Walmart, the low price leader. When you think of Chick-fil-A, you think of my pleasure. Oh, I got a pet peeve about my pleasure. Can I share something about my pleasure? We're going to get personal because I'm not like everybody else. I'm a real coach. So I'm going to talk about life. I'm going to talk about me. I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to talk about others. I'm going to talk about life, right? And I've noticed that a lot of companies start using it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And I want to be telling them, you can't slap it's my pleasure on top of crappy service and think we're going to come back just because you said it's my pleasure. It's because Chick-fil-A, their brand is making sure you have a pleasurable experience and good quality fast food. And now when I have all that in my brand and I say, it's my pleasure, it has been a pleasure to serve you, and I hope that it's been a pleasure for you to be served by Chick-fil-A. That's what that says. So that means something, right? You want to own phrases, and you notice all those phrases were short. Just do it. Who's got the beef? I love Burger King. Burger King was real big when I was coming up. At Burger King, you can have it your way. How are you creating that? How are you owning words, owning phrases? You need taglines. And I'm a big person. If you're looking at launching a business, I've already told you, you got to get clear on your ideal client. You can't do nothing until you know her or him, right? But when you start to know your ideal client and you begin to build products and services, I believe, look at Procter and Gamble. They got a tagline for every one of their sub brands. They do Bounce, they got Tide, there's a variety of brands that are underneath the Procter and Gamble overall brand, right? And so you want to come up with taglines. You want to come up with slogans that catch their attention. Like all of my programs, barrier breaker doesn't need to be explained. I'm gonna help you break through barriers. There's 17 main barriers that hinder most people. I'm gonna give you an assessment to figure out what those are, and I'm gonna give you tools to crush those babies. Why? Because one of my own it words is crush it. One of my own it words is breakthrough for life. Breakthrough for life, not a band-aid for now. Those are slogans that I use, taglines. You need to create those based on your ideal client. What will catch their attention? When I say barrier breaker, it catches people's attention. They're like, I need to get out of it. I had a client sign up this week. So literally, she paid for the coaching right there on the spot. On the spot. And one of the main things she said, I said, what? And the first question when I do a client consult or a discovery call, I ask them, what caught your attention? And she said, I need a breakthrough. She said, I can't live another year the way I've lived the last. I own the word breakthrough, crush it. Now, I could try to own the words, get unstuck. But since that's so saturated in the market, it's not a red flame, it's a gray matter. Get unstuck for coaches is gray matter because everybody's using it. Take the gray matter phrases and then do a search on what are the synonyms for the words that everybody's using and use a different synonym of that word. Unstuck and crush it, same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Right? But when I use crush it, it doesn't sound like everybody else. Noisy gray matter out there. Just okay, she's saying the same thing everybody else is saying. She's gonna help me get my purpose, she's gonna help me build my confidence, and she's gonna help me get unstuck. Blah blah blah. Anybody remember Charlie Brown? Charlie Brown was the blah 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 blah. That's what gray matter sounds like in the ears of your ideal client. So what you want to do is you want to own words. You want to be the red flame. When you think about breakthrough, I want you to think about Brenda Underwood. When you think about being authentically who you want to be, I want to own the word transparency, authenticity. There's certain words that I want associated with my brand. So that's your homework. That's your homework from this live today. What are the words that are associated with your brand that you want to own it? And that means that you don't say it all the time, like just keep repeating it. No, you thread it in. It's kind of like win is one of my words that I own. What words are you going to own? So I own win. So at the end of my my salutation, at the end of my emails, it says ready, set, win instead of ready, set, go. Ready, set, win. Because people who work with me, we always win. 95% of all my clients hit the coaching goal that we discuss in the discovery call. The 5% who don't, those are the 5% that think that somebody talking to somebody else about their stuff is magic and then they ain't got to do no work and they didn't get it. You got to be able to take action and eliminate excuses. You have to be able to get out of your usual routine and do something different so you can get something different. You need to be able to be open and coachable. If you know it all, then can't nobody teach you nothing, right? I am always going to marketing one-on-one classes. I'm always going to sales one-on-one classes. I go and do the basics over and over and over again because I may remember something I forgot, or I may learn something that I never knew because industries are always evolving, right? So we want to own words. And in the owning words, we want to own colors too. So it's funny because when I had my business launch in 2016 for my business, that's when I actually left corporate. So I worked my exit strategy for 3 years. It should have only taken me 1 year, but fear cost me 2 years of time. And because I didn't want to leave my corporate job, I was like, these handcuffs is comfortable, right? Golden handcuffs. Didn't even know he thought he was putting no golden handcuffs on me. These handcuffs is comfortable, right? And I didn't want to leave. And God was like snatching me out. So he made the job so unbearable. I'm telling you, that job became so unbearable. I had flashes of me in orange suits, or that white, the jail suits. I had flashes of that, right? So that job became so unbearable, so that I would leave the golden handcuffs and do what God purposed me to do. And now I'm mad that I didn't do it sooner. So I worked my exit strategy for 3 years, and I had a launch party. And in the launch party, we did a paint and no sip, because at that time I was in leadership at Free Chapel, and I could, they asked their leadership not to drink at all, and so I honored that. I submitted to that. And so we didn't sip, but we went to basically a paint and sip, and everybody did a picture of a beach and a palm tree, right? And it was aqua colors and glitter, gold glitter. Why? Because those are my brand colors. My brand colors. If you are looking at launching a business and you know who your ideal client is, you've done your competitive research, you've looked at what's the gray matter out there, so that you can find terminology that meets the need but speaks something differently to catch the attention. So you don't sound like everybody else. You don't look like everybody else in your particular market or industry. Okay. Now, so I love it when people say, every time I see a palm tree, I think of you, because people who know me know I love beaches. I want to be on a beach, right? So soon you guys will be seeing me living somewhere on a beach doing my lives, right? And so the color aqua, people see aqua, they think of Breakthrough for Life. People see, what was I going to say? People see the different shades of blue, they think of a Breakthrough for Life, right? Hopefully, I am branding some colors of purple cows and red flames, right? They think of when people see red, they typically think of Brenda and this red lipstick. But you want to own colors as well, because that's part of branding. Branding is about recognize who this is that's speaking when you see this logo. And branding is not just your logo. Branding is your business reputation thread all the way throughout. Don't be gray matter. Don't be like everybody else. Be different. Your superpower is your uniqueness. Your fingerprint is designed to leave a fingerprint that is unique in this world. So own some words, own some colors. And so if you're looking at launching a business, this is the time to do an hour's worth of research on the psychology of colors. What do colors mean? Red is associated with confidence and boldness, but it's also associated with anger. And since most people know me from my days prior to me being saved, or my days working in corporate, which probably the majority of my corporate year, it was, we gonna hit that result regardless. If we got dead bodies on the side of the road, we still gonna hit that result, right? I was very results driven. That's why I had such a successful career in corporate, but I also did some things that hurt some people in corporate. So because of that, anger is associated with Brenda Underwood automatically. So I'm not gonna use red as my logo colors, because I don't want people to associate red. I don't want people to even think about me when they see that logo. I want my consumer, my prospect, what I want them to think about when they see my logo or encounter my brand is how they can get a breakthrough. It is about your consumer. It is about your client. It is about your prospects. What's in it for me? Own words, own colors, right? So do the research. What is the psychology of colors? Blue speaks to confidence as well, but it also speaks to trust, right? So understand what the psychology of colors is, and then put together a dynamic of colors that speak to the emotions you want to invoke in the people that are going to encounter your brand. So that's what I got for you guys today. Simple. This is simple. Go do your competitive research. You should have done that from the last video. Get what's the gray matter words out there. What is everybody in your industry using? I help real estate agents. I have a lot of real estate agents that are clients of mine because they're trying to build their business. And they're like, I help people get their dream home. Everybody using that. Find something different. Stand out. Red flame marketing. Don't be gray matter. Gray matter, you just Charlie Brown. Wah, wah, wah. Be gray matter. Stand out. Be different. Use your superpower. So, what's the action steps from today? Own some words, right? So you got to do the gray matter search. Now you're going to come up with words. Do a word search for synonyms and antonyms on that word and pick some that you want to own for your brand, right? We own Breakthrough, crush it, win, own it. Then you want to go over and look at your colors. You want to do a good deep dive, about an hour, maybe 30 minutes if you read fast, on the psychology of colors and understand it. Well, Brenda, I already kind of know about that. Go refresh it because you're in a different space. You're in a different place. Are you the same person you were the first time you did the research on that? Okay, if you're not, if that was years ago, then change it up, baby girl. Go back, revisit it. See if it speaks something different to you now that you're in a place that you're ready to really leave the job. And so do that research on the psychology of colors, and then you can walk away and you can begin to build taglines and slogans and a logo. Okay, so first you want to know what your logo colors are. The next thing with building a logo is you want to begin to look for someone to build it. I'll have to put that tip into another live because I got to run, y'all, and prepare for my marketing class for my life coaching certification program. So if you are interested in becoming a life coach, I would love to be the person who certifies you. Well, I don't want to be certified. I don't need to be certified. Trust me, I'm going to know the difference of a certified coach and an uncertified coach when I get to working with you. You know why? Because people who aren't certified, they typically are mentors. They're telling you what to do. When a coach tells me I have put together an entire curriculum for coaching, I automatically know you don't know what coaching is, because you can't put together a curriculum for coaching, because coaching is very much predicated on what is being said in the moment of the coaching session. Now, you can put a framework together of coaching. All my programs have a framework of what we're going to cover and what needs to be covered to hit that end result. However, I can't tell you verbatim what you're going to need to know, because what if you already know how to do SEO and marketing? And then I have a whole curriculum week on teaching you SEO and marketing, and you do it as a profession. Do you want to pay for that? No, I'm a custom coach, not a box coach. I tailor make my programs, have a framework and room for tailor-made content for the particular person I'm working with. Why? Because as much as we are the same, we are different, right? And so when I talk to people about getting certified as a life coach, they're like, "Nah, you don't need that." Okay, I can tell the difference. You're going to struggle helping people get breakthrough if all you're doing is telling them based on your experience. I don't need to talk to you based on my experience. I need to talk to you based on what God's trying to get you to experience. Okay? A mentor pours into you what God placed on the inside of them. A coach taps into what God put in the inside of you and activates that into a winning life. It's a very big difference. I'm not trying to make clones of Brenda. I'm trying to make unique individuals that are walking in God's purpose. So if you're looking to get certified as a life coach, the next class starts in the 1st of April. So let's get her in, y'all. Get in here. Get these discovery calls scheduled. 45 minutes, free discovery call. If you sign up, show up, because I only give one free one away. Okay? And get a plan together for you to launch your business in a box coaching. And I'm going to be promoting that all month long, because I want to get a big full class to join in with the class that I already have. And let me tell you, the dynamic of personalities that come together in the life coaching certification program, which is 18 weeks spread over 18 modules spread over 22 weeks, because we take one Saturday off a month, and it's taught Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the guarantee. It's a guarantee, because in this marketplace, people make promises they don't keep. So I guarantee my results with all of my programs. You get certified with me, you will have paying clients within 60 days of getting certified with me, if you execute the marketing strategy that I very clearly line out for coaches. And then I spend 9 weeks on helping you build your business in a box. And then I spend 9 weeks on making sure that you know how to get transformational results in the lives of people who don't look like you, think like you, or believe like you. That's the power of embracing people's uniqueness. You're not trying to make them like you. You're trying to make them the best expression of who God created them to be. And so I would love to certify you. If you're not looking to launch a business that's going to be a coaching business, that's fine too. We have my program, the Workplace Exit Strategy, and that's designed to help budding entrepreneurs work those intangibles, have those intangibles in place, start making money in their business while they're still working their job, not passive income, multiple streams of income. Take the money you're making from the side business, reinvest it into the business so the business can grow faster, and take some of that money from the side business and pay off your debt so you don't have the pressure when you transition. That's how we don't commit financial suicide. So if either of those meets your need, please schedule a discovery call with Breakthrough for Life. Just go to breakthroughforlife.com or just Google me. I pop up everywhere, and schedule that free discovery call, 45 minutes. We're going to get in there. We're going to get crystal clear on your custom coaching journey, and then we're going to hit the ground running, baby, because I'm your results coach to help you win. And I am looking forward to meeting with you and helping you craft that winning life. I hope you got a lot from this live, and I hope to see you on the other side. Don't forget to subscribe. Breakthrough with Brenda YouTube channel. Have a great day. Peace and love. Bye-bye.